Oh yeah, show me those legs, baby. Yep, I want more energy, more sexy, more sexy. That's right, that's right. Show it to me, give it to me, baby. Uh-huh. Hi guys, KatimaGaming here, and today we are doing a review of the Razer BlackWidow V3 TKL and give you my honest opinion after using it consistently for 6 months. But before we begin, I'd like to inform you that this review is the first of 4 videos that I am making on Razer products. My wife gifted me a Razer haul earlier this year, so the past 6 months I have been consistently using the Razer Tartarus Pro, the Razer Basilisk X Hyperspeed, and along with the Razer BlackWidow V3 TKL. So expect my honest review on those products in the days to come, and if they went up already by the time you're watching this, check the links in the description below. Let's take a look at the good, the bad, and the ugly of the BlackWidow V3 TKL. First of all, the BlackWidow V3 is a keyboard line from Razer running their well-known in-house Razer switches. The V3 has 2 options, the green clicky switches, which are what we're reviewing right now, and the yellow linear, more quiet switches. Sadly, no orange switches are available for the V3 at the time of making this video. The V3 has 4 versions out there, with the traditional full-size V3, the wireless full-size V3, also known as the V3 Pro, the 65% V3 Mini Hyperspeed, and the one we're reviewing right now, the V3 TKL. TKL is short for 10 keyless, which means no numpad, so the keyboard is smaller and more compact for those who actually don't use the numpads for the majority of the time. The V3 TKL is comprised of an aluminum top plate and covered with plastic at the bottom. The keys are made of double-shot ABS plastic and running on a USB 2.0. Lastly, it's about 360 millimeters wide and 155 millimeters long. Regarding the thickness, on the thickest side, it's about 41 millimeters. If you want to travel with the V3 TKL, it weighs just under 800 grams. Now, what are the good things about the keyboard? Honestly, the first thing you'll notice is the lights. Oh, the matte black finish just brings out that RGB chroma colors of the keyboard. I mean, check it out. Every angle you look at, even under bright light, the 16.8 million colors of RGB just looks amazing. With the Razer Synapse app, you can control and choose color profiles whenever you want. Like for me, I tailor-made a Gundam color scheme, being a big fan of the anime myself. But if you want to show off rainbows, ripple effects, and all the waves out there that the kids are doing, no doubt the colors are bright, beautiful on all angles, and just a joy to see. Some might say 50 grams of actuation force to activate the keys might be too hard, but if you use the Cherry MX Blue switches before, you might actually find the green keys a bit lighter, if not the same. The green switches are clones of the Cherry MX Blues anyways. Allegedly. I love you, Razer. Please don't kill me. Typing is a lot of fun with the green switches. They are loud, tactile, and makes you sound productive. If you have your own office, this is great, but in a shared space, it does get annoying, so please consider how others might feel when they're listening to your productivity all day. The keys have a slope to them, and even on its default angle, feels really comfortable even on longer sessions. Games are also great on the beat-up V3 TKL because it has no numpad. The TKL gives you more space to operate your mouse, and that compact form factor makes it easy to pack and take around with you. The 1.9mm actuation point means your keys activate way earlier before you hit the bottom of the key at 4mm. So say you need to dodge left in a shooting game, less than halfway through pressing the A button, that means going left, you've you've already started moving. So it does give you an edge, but then again, I stand by the philosophy that it's not the keyboard that helps you win games, man. It's you, the gamer themselves. So don't expect to be the top player right away just because you have gaming keyboards and gaming accessories like these. The keyboard also has 2 levels of height adjustments depending on your need, and even a cable management raceway on the bottom for cleaner looking setups. As for the lighting on the keys, yes, Razer has finally listened to me. At least I think they did. In my BlackWidow 2014 and 2016 review, links down below, one of my earliest videos on this YouTube channel, I've constantly complained about the foreign keys being lit up incorrectly. Now let me explain. Most foreign keys have more letters than English, okay, therefore requiring both uppercase and lowercase, but in past BlackWidows, the uppercase would be lit up along with the English letters side by side, but the lowercase would not. Now this creates a glare effect when staring down at the keyboard, making it hard to actually see the lowercase letters at all. It might not be captured by camera, but the glare you see when looking down at a key, it becomes impossible to actually see the lowercase. Thankfully though, Razer has finally addressed this by making the English keys only the keys to light up. This way you can see both the uppercase and lowercase foreign letters without needing to turn the lightings off. This may sound like it's not a big deal for English keyboard users, but for people who type in Japanese, Chinese, Korean, or Thai, and etc., this is a big win, so thank you Razer for making the change. In terms of lighting features, Razer claims its Chroma supports over 150 games from Warzone, Apex to Fortnite, so the lighting can change depending on the conditions of the game you're playing. But personally, I wouldn't notice these things, as I would be putting my attention on the monitor rather than staring down at my keyboard. I mean, it's like if you're driving really fast down the highway, you wouldn't take your eyes off the road just to appreciate the lights coming out of your sound system, right? So forgive me for not actually raving over this function. Oh yeah, I got you now. Boom! GG! Oh, did you see that? Oh, my keyboard. Dude, it reacts to the stuff that I'm doing in game. Oh, my bad. Oh, I got owned. No. A bird came into my room. Yeah. I didn't get distracted by my keyboard at all. Lastly, as per all Razer mechanical keyboards, you can assign every individual key to do many different tasks and even combinations of commands. In addition to that, the V3 also comes with Hypershift. That's pretty cool, because by assigning a Hypershift key, you have some kind of super shift that gives all your keys a secondary function on the fly. So not only can you assign all keys, but with Hypershift, you can assign them a secondary assignment. So instead of swapping keyboard profiles via Razer Synapse, you now have a temporary profile switcher on the go. Now, I can't go into details about that because, that would make this video too long. Just look up Hypershift and you'll see it's a great function for both gaming and productivity. Alright, so the beat-up V3 TKL sounds great, right? However, for $100, it doesn't quite meet my expectations. And that's when the bad comes in, There are a lot of things I really don't like about this keyboard. For starters, yes, the aluminum top plate is great, but the plastic keys themselves feel a little bit on the cheap side, and they're really prone to smudging, so if you got sweaty hands like mine, be ready to clean this keyboard often. I mean, I get it. Razer sells their high-end keycaps separately. For $30, you can get the polybutylene terephthalate PBT keycaps. Yeah, I'll just write the text down below how it's spelled out. So short for PBT keycaps. They feel much better and they can help customize your keyboard. So they just slapped us with a cheap one in hopes that we'll cave buying the high-end keycaps. My $100 doesn't look like it's going that far right now. The keyboard doesn't come with dedicated media keys as well, which in this era is kind of a must. How hard is it to add some buttons on the side with so much space to spare? For $100, just 2 buttons will do, okay? Volume up and volume down, and if pressed longer, doubles as play and pause and mute and unmute. It's that simple. There is also no USB and audio pass-through for the V3, which is really a shame. All V3 models don't have the pass-through, but it seems like there's a lot of space on the sides, which again, for the price I'm paying for, it would be nice to have that function. The cable also isn't very long, so if you're trying to route around for your setup, you're probably gonna need a USB extension. There also isn't any wrist rest that comes with the keyboard, which is also weird because for $30 more, you can get the full-size V3 with media keys, with numpad, and it comes with a wrist rest. Was Razer cutting costs with the V3 TKL? Even for $100, the V3 TKL feels like a budget edition among all the BlackWidow V3s. The cable itself is not even braided and is wrapped in rubber, okay? And the logo, don't get me started with the logo. It doesn't light up compared to its other siblings. And the logo is actually my segue to the ugly. Oh yeah, just when you thought I was done with the bad, it actually gets worse. If you look at the Razer product page for the V3 TKL, you will see that they actually have the logo on the keyboard lit up. But on the box, if you're not watching carefully and if you don't look carefully enough, you will realize later on the logo actually doesn't light up. False advertising? Oh yes, but it doesn't end there. On another picture you will see just a hint that it's actually a braided cable, but we get the rubber one instead. I know we should be doing our research before buying their product, but still, shame on you, Razer. Shame on you. A big issue I have with the rubber cables is the angle it's placed on the bottom of the cable raceway. You can see I have mine on the left to make it look neater and go along with the cable of my Razer Tartarus, but upon close inspection I realized there is already some wear and tear on the rubber because of moving the keyboard around. And I bet that eventually the rubber will tear. Sooner than later, I'm gonna have to actually put electric tape around it just to make sure that the cable stays safe. Lastly, this could be a deal breaker for a lot of people. The Razer Synapse program is complete trash, guys. After so many years, the program itself is still buggy, ever since the first time I started using it 7 years ago. There are times where the volume up button would not stop going up, which led me to flinging my headset off in pain. Sometimes Hypershift won't work at all, and for some reason my profiles go missing. This would happen at least once a week on average, to the point that sometimes I even have to restart my PC just to get the Synapse working properly. The mechanical keyboard is only as good as the program it runs on. If you have a crappy program that forces you to go around it, you might as well just buy a $30 keyboard, okay, over a $100 keyboard like this. Razer, fix your program already. Okay, it's been decades. I wonder why people who actually review Razer products don't complain about this enough. And yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Razer BlackWidow V3 TKL. At the end of the day, is it worth it? No. For $100, there are so many other keyboards that does it way better. HyperX Alloy FPS Pro, the SteelSeries Apex, the Corsair Strix. Heck, you know what? I'll even recommend the Red Dragon. I think it was a K556 RGB. Those would be so much more worth it than this, okay? As for the V3 TKL itself, I would recommend you save up and get the full V3 over it if you really want this kind of form factor. Last time I checked the Razer website, it did have a discount for the V3 full size at $120. That's just 20 bucks more, and for 20 bucks more you get the wrist rest, you get the numpad, you get the media keys, and you get the logo lights. So, in conclusion, the V3 TKL feels and looks great. It's functional, it's bright, and it's straightforward, a useful keyboard. But for the price you're paying for, $100 compared to other TKL keyboards, most especially compared to other V3 lineups, okay, it feels like you're getting the budget edition. The entry level of all the V3s. So for me personally, I love the keyboard simply because, hey, you know what, I got it free, my wife got it for me, and even better, you know, my wife got it for cheap because the entire haul I got for the Tartarus, for the Basilisk, and for the V3, it all combined to $200. So if you look at it all in average, the TKL actually costs just about 70 bucks. And I think around that price, that's when I can say the BlackWidow V3 TKL is alright. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps small channels like mine. And I'll see you in our past, present, and future videos. Sawasdee krap. Sexy, baby. Yeah, that's right. More sexy. Oh, yeah, baby. You're perfect. Okay, you know what? I can't take it anymore. Take off your keycaps. Take off your keycaps and bend over. Bend over!